What's up, Burke fam? I am Steve, hashtag Team No Sleeves from Burke Family 54 Comics. And in today's live stream, we are back with our Thursday night chat. We're going to talk in some comic books, what we grabbed this week, and reviewing a couple as well. Before we do that, let's hit that intro. All right, it is time to bring in our panel. We got Ryan, the new guy. What's up, dude? Oh, you're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
Hey, what's up, man? I'm excited to talk some comics.
All right, awesome. Next up, we got the Panda, who's pretty Pandawesome from the 316. What's up, Adrian?
What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing tonight?
Dude, we are doing well. We are doing well. We are short, as you can see in the bottom logo there. We are short Dustin tonight. He'll be back next week or sometime. We miss him and wish him well. And we're hopefully going to have enough energy and enough, hopefully have enough fun without him. He's usually the one who brings a lot of that energy. So I'm excited to be hanging out with you guys again for the Thursday night chats. I know there's lots of other people live. I just got a notification. JP's Budget Collecting is live. Very Gary has 500 people watching his
Good Lord.
So I mean, it's gonna be tough to compete, but we're gonna have fun tonight. We're gonna be talking about what we grabbed this week. And we're gonna be reviewing a couple books. Before we do that, we do have to say that our Thursday night chat is sponsored by comicbook_pressing on Instagram. Make sure you protect your comic book investment for as little as $10 by pressing it with comicbook_pressing on Instagram. His name is Eric. He does an amazing job. He presses all tiers and grades of books. And if you use my promo code BURK54, you get free shipping back to you. Again, today's Thursday night chat is brought to you by comicbook_pressing on Instagram. All right, let's go and hit that chat, see who all is here. Like I said, I know it's going to be difficult to compete with Very Gary, among other people. We're going to do our best. We're going to have fun. Even if it's just us three talking, no one watching, we're going to have a good time. We got a couple of people joined in here, right? Like before even like 2 hours early. Ruben with the gold medal coming in first. Cowabunga fam, it's Morphin time. Hashtag Team No Sleeves. Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll drop by later. What's up? Alex Tapia. Hey, what's up? Family, it's Morphin time. Crazy fellas. Yes, we are. He said a whole bunch of messages.
What's up, Guzman?
There he is. He's here. He's here. All right. He made it. Okay, so yes. Okay, so that was supposed to launch today. Thank you, 2Bros. Yes, that was supposed to launch today. And I did not make the video, but I tried to like just put it out there. And I didn't post videos early enough for like people who could join and just watch those early. So I'm gonna do that tonight or tomorrow. I know I suck. I didn't know the whole process. I'm learning stuff as we go. I'll do better, but I do have a video pre-recorded already, ready to go. So hopefully we get it going. Let's see here. Yeah, Ruben's here. White Comics. What's up, man? How's it going? I will say, I am one subscriber away from 1,500. 1,499 subscribers as of going live tonight. So if you know your wife or a friend or someone that can just get me one more subscription to get me 1,500, I will announce my 1,500 subscriber giveaway this weekend. So as soon as I get it, like I said, I'll announce it and it'll be fun. The Cover Collector. What's up, man? How's it going? No competition, in my opinion. I'm here. Rose, thank you for another super chat.
Whoa.
They've sent me a whole bunch in the last 2 days. I appreciate you, Nick, for spending all the money that you guys are making to send you super chat. I appreciate that. Now I can go out and buy some Team and T NECA stuff.
Nice. He's gonna nickel and dime you all the way up to the top, man.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Thank you, 2BrothersComics. Again, make sure you check them out. Those two brothers are pretty awesome people. And Dustin is a member of this Thursday night chat. He'll be back at some point. He is awesome, as is Ryan.
Hey, awesome too. That guy.
And Adrian is pretty Pandawesome. He hasn't said anything in the comment section yet, but he's pretty Pandawesome as well. There we go. All right. Here we go. No, he does not. No, I feel like I need to get a hashtag Team Nick shirt now that he sent me so many super chats. So, all right. This is a part of the show where we show off what books we grabbed this week. I got my stack ready to go here. Here we go. We got this book we're going to review tonight, but it kind of blew me away. The Department of Truth, #1 by James Tynion IV, and an artist that they need to replace. But yeah, really good. We'll talk about that tonight. This was, people said it wasn't good, and I thought it was good. Batman 3 Jokers #2, How to Get the Batgirl cover. Jason Fabok did every one of the covers. I like it. I like me some Batgirl. How to get this one. And then Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, issue 54. The foil. I almost got that Imperial cover. The cover A because Imperial's on it. But it's not the first cover appearance because that's in the issue 50, the story variant, which one of our friends, gosh, what is his name on Instagram? His name is Mike, but he's got it's like Panda would know. He thought that story variant was a misprint because he doesn't know anything about Power Rangers. He's like, this is a really cool misprint. And I'm like, no, it's not. What's his name on Instagram again? What's Mike's name?
Gamma Freak ICT.
There you go. Yeah. So me and Panda had to go in there and we had to give him some the lowdown on that. Again, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 54. And then I did not forget it this week. Did not forget it. Speedboat #1 with my boy Wally West.
That's a one shot, right?
It is.
Okay.
What's
That's
up,
what I thought, but
man?
because they put that #1 on there. They should just called it Speed Metal. Like, I don't understand why.
It doesn't need a number. Like Killing Joke, the Killing Joke, it says the Killing Joke number NN, meaning no number. That's what they don't need a #1 on this. But I understand people, they always put a 1 on it because number one always sells. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I did pick up a back issue, but it's not for me. This right here is for my guy Pandawesome316.
Hey,
what?
Pretty good.
Nice.
It's a nice looking book. The front, man, I'll tell you what, the front looks like 9/8 for sure. And you saw the back look like it's got some color rub that they all have. But dude, nice freaking book. Got it for him for a good price. So
nice. You'll have to tell Ryan thank you for me again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And he
You're welcome, man.
He had it ready for me. I just got you to 1,500 subs. Thank you, Ruben Guzman. I appreciate that. My friend Madeline. Is it your wife or your girlfriend? I appreciate it. Regardless, 1,500 subscribers. That's huge. I appreciate it. I'm going to be announcing my giveaway this weekend. It'll be pretty cool. It'll be probably multiple winners again, just because I like giving out multiple things to people, and it'll be fun. I'll probably announce that on Saturday. So the video that I shot tonight before we came on, plus after we get done, I'll shoot my 1,500 subscriber and then post those for people to join the join button so they can see those early. So no, just a friend from work. Okay, cool. All right, cool. I don't know wherever. Like I know where they're at. They're at Very Gary Comics 10,000 subscriber giveaway. But hopefully they make their way over here pretty soon. Ryan, are you ready to show off what you got this week, bud?
Yeah, should be quick and easy.
Over there.
So I went by the shop and picked up 2 books for myself, so that's all I got to show off. I got a Mickey Mouse book for my youngest. I got a My Little Pony book for my 6-year-old. My 8-year-old got a Marvel Rising book, and then my 12-year-old, he got a new One Piece manga. So he was pretty excited. And then to help try to stay within budget, I only grabbed 2 books this week. So
Okay.
let me show. This is just the regular A cover you were talking about on Power Rangers, right?
Yes, with the Imperial, which is actually just a different Imperial. Hey, it's my sister. We got the 60 subscribers last week. Hello, Heather. How's it going?
Hey.
What's up? Really quickly, I know that you're showing off books. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Her name is Heather Morgan. It's a really funny story, okay? She's in the military, okay? Her last name is Morgan. I will give you one guess what rank she has.
Captain.
Yes. So she is a Captain Morgan.
Nice.
So
I would have been disappointed
pretty
if not.
freaking hilarious. Pretty freaking, yeah.
So that's it, right? She doesn't rank up or down anymore at this point.
She can rank up higher. Yeah, she can.
No, she has to stop.
She's got to top out at captain. She can't go to major. We're past that.
None of that. We're squashing all of her ambitions for a silly pun.
But shout out to her. We got her to 60 subscribers last week, and shout out to Dale, Iron Dad Comic Clad, for winning the giveaway. Who he just got it in today, and he said he was going to do an unboxing on his channel. So, congrats to my sister for getting 60 subscribers.
Nice.
Power Rangers 54 and Department of Truth from Ryan Pond. There we go.
Yeah, Department of Truth. I've been pretty excited for this, and honestly, I think I'm gonna come in not quite as warm on the story as Burke, but I absolutely love this artwork. I think it's incredible. I love the style and everything. And one thing, I guess, I really like the style. So my thumbnail for my video on Monday was kind of a copy of this. And honestly, like I did it at 1 o'clock in the morning, and it took me like 20 minutes, and it actually came out pretty decent. I was really excited for it, and now like nobody has watched that video, so I guess that's the worst thumbnail I've ever made. But I was excited for my own work. So regardless, Department of Truth. I love this art style. It's so cool.
And what's interesting is that the X's on the eyes actually plays a part in the story, which you would never would have guessed. So we'll talk about that. Yes, I put it in the chat, but we are reviewing 3 Jokers 2, Power Ranger 54, and Department of Truth. Thanks, my husband loves to tell people that, and will be sad the day that I get promoted to major.
Me too.
Oh. I had to. All right, Panda, what did you get this week?
Okay. I ended up getting Power Rangers 54. I also got that foil variant. I got Avengers 36. This has been an amazing run. If you guys haven't read it yet, I love Moon Knight now. He's one of my favorite characters now. Awesome.
Dustin would be proud. Dustin would be proud.
Yeah. I ended up getting Death Metal Multiverse's End. I haven't read this yet. Looks pretty interesting. I also ended up getting Batman, the Joker Warzone #1.
Oh, nice.
There's
a first
got it from the Clown Hunter. Say what?
There's a first appearance in there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so I definitely got this one. Then I also got Batman 3 Jokers, and definitely had to grab that Batgirl cover.
Beautiful.
I thought this was the best one out of all of them, so I like this one a lot. And then I also picked up Department of Truth, which I cannot wait to talk about this.
Yes, I agree. I'm excited about that too. And honestly, it kind of blew me away. Honestly. Well, I don't know what if I just expect anything else from James Tynion IV, but it blew me away. I mean, should we start with that, or should we start Batman? I thought we should end with Batman 3 Jokers, since Ryan has not read that. I feel like we should start with Department of Truth #1, and then Power Rangers 54, and then finish strong with Batman 3 Jokers #2.
So do you want to start crappy with this one first?
Yeah,
why don't we come in at the bottom?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't necessarily agree like 100%. But
I mean, I don't agree 100% either, but I do think it's all of our least favorite book of the week.
Probably.
I mean, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I think our opinions are going to be a little bit different on this one, but I think we all agree it was not the best book of the week.
Of the 3 that we're reviewing, I would say it's the weakest.
Yeah.
And we're all Power Ranger fans, so that tells you our feelings on it. But
I mean, we might as well review it at this point, I guess. We already put that much out there.
Okay, well, we can. All right. Might as well. Like,
I don't know. I only have equity in like 2 of these books, so honestly, the third one, I don't know when y'all want to do that. The other two, I don't.
I will say this: Power Rangers 55 comes out 21st of October, and I just announced 2 really cool covers from the 616 and Simple Man. Let me see if I can find it really quick. You're right.
I'm excited for 55
because we get a first appearance in there of the new Green Ranger, and
I'm really excited to see how they really split everything off. So I'm really excited.
Yeah. Well, so and we'll talk about that. But kudos to John over at the 616 for putting 2BrothersComics and my video on their website, because 2 Bros announced that really, really awesome The Last Ronin #1 of the Jabroni cover on it, which I'm going to order up on Saturday for me and Panda. And then obviously I announced Power Rangers 55. There are 2 covers. They're both right here. This one is, they're both by Young Yoon, and 1,000 print run, 100 print run, and I believe, if I remember correctly, $14.99 for this one, and then $49.99 for this one, but you have to buy it as a set. And then these are the 2 books that Dustin from 2 Bros announced. So kudos to John from 616 for putting ours on their website. I appreciate you guys doing that. That's awesome. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited about seeing the new Green Ranger coming in, and I'm excited about The Last Ronin. Like everyone is, you know what I mean? It's going to be, that's probably partly why TMNT #1 is exploding in price, which I don't know if it'll go back down, but hopefully it does, so Panda and I can buy one.
that is definitely the hope.
Someone messaged me today, and they're like, I heard you're looking for TMNT 1. I'm like, yes, I am. And they said, all right, I have a 9/6 third print. And I said, awesome. Actually, I said, geez, LOL. Because I already knew what was coming. He told me the price, and it was 4 times as much as I wanted to spend. And I'm like, all right, well, awesome book. I'm looking for, something a little bit less than that. But thank you for reaching out. So, yes, I cannot wait for the Jabroni cover as well.
Is that the only thing spiking it, or is it any of that movie news?
I think it's The Last Ronin. I think it's mostly The Last Ronin. And just right now, everything TMNT, from action figures to the comics, and obviously, like the movie you said, it's all news right now and making it hot. So
yeah, that's kind of the thing with TMNT is like there's constantly stuff in motion. Like that property hasn't died since it started.
I mean,
so
it's going up and down.
Surprising to see something spike a lot.
It's going up and down for sure. But it's right now it's insanely hot, and that's why everyone wants it. Like a year and a half ago, Shazam #1 was crazy hot. So, yeah. All right, let's go ahead and we'll start with this. Power Rangers 54. So the last issue, we ended on the Mighty Morphin team basically getting their butts beat in by the Dark Rangers, which I wasn't a fan of, and Tommy, the White Ranger, getting his butt beat by a Dark Ranger Rita, which should never happen, but totally get, you got to make these villains, I don't know, worthy to fight, I guess. And then all of a sudden, this issue, no Mighty Morphin whatsoever, jumps to the Omega Rangers team, which the one thing I will say this, 1 to go, the Green Ranger. I will say the one thing I like is that the 2 new series of Power Rangers and Mighty Morphin will finally split the teams into their own books, because I do feel like Boom finally figured out, people don't like reading one story, one issue, and then another story the next issue. Like, we want it all to go together. Like, I understand it's a strand that does go together in Necessary Evil, but it was too much. It was too much. You got to break it into your own books. So
see, to me, like, usually I'm not a fan of like the way they're doing it right now, where it's like, here's the regular Rangers, now here's the Omega Rangers for But because of how muddled it got going back and forth with Necessary Evil, I'm like, this is actually working a little better for me this time.
Yeah.
Because when they were going back and forth in Necessary Evil, I was like, I have no clue what's supposed to happen,
So, yeah, we can start talking about this now if you guys want. We get the first appearance of the Imperial, which it was brought to my attention by Razzle or Raz that this is a different entity than was on the cover of issue 50 of Mighty Morphin. Oh, nice. You sent it to him. Look at this.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Austin LeMay. What's up, man?
What's up, Austin?
Right. My debut on Burke's channel.
Sup?
What's up, dude? How's it going?
Very good. Just finishing up some work, so it was good timing. Good time to relax and talk some comics.
Dude, yes.
Yeah.
I didn't have you on, man. This is fun. We'll always leave the seat open for Dustin when he wants to come in. And, and if he doesn't, then if other people want to join in, they certainly can. You know what I mean? And I appreciate you coming in, Austin. You're a great dude. You've been on Panda's channel and Dustin's channel, and now you're on the Burke Fam channel. You're a part of the Burke family.
I'm moving up.
There we go.
Hey, I like your shirt, Austin.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Dude,
look at that.
Nice.
That's
All right,
what's up.
That's what's up. We're reviewing Power Rangers 54. Did you say you did not read it or you did read it?
I didn't read that one. I don't really read Power Rangers. The only Power Rangers that I've actually read is the run with the Ninja Turtles.
What did you think of that?
I loved it. Loved it.
It was written very well. It was Ryan Parrott's, outside of the Ranger Slayer one shot, it was probably Ryan Parrott's best stuff.
Yeah, but I definitely enjoy that it's not, the cartoony Power Rangers either. So
No.
Eventually I may pick up some trades and stuff like that and jump in on that.
Dude, I will tell you what. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm never going to read Power Rangers. They always get that campy stuff from the TV show, and they think that's what the comic series is about, and it's more adult than that. And you can attest to that by reading the TMNT Power Rangers. But while it was good, dude. While it was campy, there was some campy stuff, which there should be some. Overall, it is more geared toward regular comic book collectors. It's written very well, dude. Another super chat, dude.
Yeah.
Hashtag Team Barry. Oh, that's good stuff. Hashtag Team Wally, but appreciate the super chat. Thank you again, 2BrothersComics. Great peeps, no doubt about it. Nick, hashtag Team Nick, hashtag Team Dustin.
Yeah, that's one thing that Kyle Higgins was talking about that I thought was a really good point is like the Ranger stuff, the way he redid it, like it's aged up appropriately. So it's not like every aspect of it's aged up. It's just like, certain aspects of it while you still get like some of the high school drama and stuff.
Yeah, I agree. So we're talking Power Rangers 54. We'll talk about it here for about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, and then we're going to move on to Batman 3 Jokers, and then Department of Truth, which you said you were pretty excited about, Austin. So
Yes.
I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. Did you read 3 Jokers as well?
Oh, you know it.
Okay, there we go. Perfect. Perfecto.
Oh, Austin, what did you end up getting from the store?
Oh, yeah. Let's show up what you got.
How much time do you have?
We got all night.
Yeah, man.
I'm half joking. Let's see here.
He like comes back with the dolly and a wheelbarrow.
This is my week.
Oh, my gosh. That's awesome. All right.
But here's the thing, though. I got every cover for 3 Jokers, so that's more than half of this stack, right? That's a thick book.
That is.
Yeah, Panda, you were just mentioning this one here. I haven't read it yet, but I'm excited to read that.
I want to do this.
I got that RAF.
Okay, so my store didn't get that. It's supposed to be here in like another week or two. So
I heard that a lot of Midwest and even some East Coast shops didn't get it at all.
my shop's going to get 10 of them.
Yeah,
so
I went to 3 different local shops and they didn't have it.
Wow.
Us Kansas boys missed out.
cruise through these.
Yeah.
All the basic Joker covers.
Love them.
Of course, you got that beauty right there.
Oh, dude, so good.
Picked up this bad boy. Had
Is
to
it the
have
one of 100 or one of 25?
well, 1 in 25. I just can't
Nice.
justify spending, the $80 to $100 that they're asking for those 1 in 100s.
True.
So I picked up the Clown Hunter variant of that one. You got?
Can I put you full screen here? Would you mind that?
No, go for it.
All right, go ahead.
There's a couple of other covers for this book that got damaged, but my LCS is pressing them for me because I have to do that spawn. I just picked up this Stillwater. It's an interesting book. I don't know if you guys read this.
Yeah, I read it last week.
It's it's kind of weird. Hopefully it goes somewhere.
Yeah, based on everything that I've heard people that liked it say, I didn't like it for all the reasons they did like it. So take that how you will.
Yeah, I feel the same exact way. I thought some
honestly,
of it was predictable.
It kind of felt like the cold open to an episode of The Twilight Zone or something. And for 22 pages of comic, I mean,
It didn't finish that way though.
it didn't go anywhere. I don't know. It was really slow.
Before we go off into this whole other tangent on this book, but did you read King of Nowhere?
Yes.
It had a very similar kind of vibe to it. Not as cartoony and campy as King of Nowhere, but I got the same feel.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I picked up the last issue of The Resistance. I don't know if you guys are reading this at all.
I read the first issue of it.
Yeah, you don't need to read The Resistance.
Yeah, that's kind of why I dropped it.
Yeah, I finished it just for the sake of doing it. And then I'm a huge Strange Academy fan. So I picked up, of course, the Doctor Strange Timeless, and then all of the variants for the latest issue of that. And then last but not least, I picked up the Department of Truth, but I had to get the 1 in 10 variant with Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah.
No, you just nice.
I had the option of the other one, I guess the B cover, but honestly, I didn't like it because I like the style of the artwork, and that one looked like I don't know, like a regular comic, I guess.
Yeah.
Not bad, but it just didn't match the vibe of what I was expecting inside.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I had a big stack of books, and I should have picked up the Kennedy cover as well. I ended up putting it back once I saw this one. I don't know why I did that. I should have just gotten them both, but I'm sure I could pick it up some other time.
Oh.
So that's what I got. Without further ado, let's hear about this Power Rangers issue.
All right. Well, Panda left. I'm assuming he'll be back. I don't know what happened there, but wish him well. Hopefully he comes back. Power Rangers 54.
Wish him well. Good Lord.
We got first appearance of the Imperial, which, again, like I said earlier, I didn't even know that this was a different one until Razzle showed that it was a different one that was on the cover of issue 50. But it is. And it even says, "We are the Imperial." So there are multiple ones of these. The other one was more black and had more different colors in it. And this one's silver and red. So it definitely makes a sense that it's different. And it looks like they live in all sorts of reality, time and space. And they come in and out. And Z kind of says in here that there's no mention of them at all. But the Imperial knew who the Omega Rangers were. And what's interesting is that the Imperial says that the previous Omega Rangers were better or different, or they knew who they were. So I don't know what that means. I don't know what that's all about. Whether I didn't realize that there was there was Omega Rangers before them. So I'm assuming that'll be expanded upon in the Power Rangers series coming up and the relaunch by Ryan Parrott. But we got all sorts of interesting things. We're fighting this Imperial, basically killed all life, and then they created a whole bunch of monsters in here, which then they had to use their horrific, terrible looking Zords, which I've not been a fan of their Zords whatsoever. It's hard for me to really get into the Omega Rangers. Like it is Jason and Trini and Zach, but it's hard for me to get into them as much as it is the Mighty Morphin team. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but there is more interesting elements to it because it's kind of like, it's created by Ryan Parrott, and you get all sorts of new things that you can do with it. But I don't feel like it's been 100% like it hasn't been executed to like 100% great. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it's been that great. The art, I still not a huge fan of Moises Hidalgo's art. Though it was better in this issue than it had been, but I do feel like it's because he didn't have to do that many faces. He's better if he doesn't have to do faces.
I was gonna say I enjoyed this issue a lot through like the second act because it's all like a big giant mech, like kaiju style battle, and so again you don't have him doing faces. So I thought his robots didn't look too bad, and I enjoyed the fight for the most part because it's like kaiju style, and I even liked the lore and stuff we get with the Imperial. It sounds like we kind of have a Ginyu Force on our hands, and this is definitely a Dragon Ball Z style fight. I thought it was really, it reminded me so much of Dragon Ball Z whenever he basically like flicked Jason and then like has that rock come out of nowhere and smash him into the ground. Yeah. I was like, that's so Dragon Ball Z, but I didn't really care that much for the end or like the very beginning parts, to be honest. But the middle part actually worked out pretty well for me.
We really didn't learn. Oh, Pana, sorry. What do you have to say about this other than you disliked it?
Ouch.
I just disliked it all around. I just felt like it didn't move the story forward enough. There wasn't enough backstory to the Imperials. More questions about, more questions about the Imperial come up. Like, how does he know the old Omega Rangers? Like you said, I didn't know there were old Omega Rangers. So that was a whole big reveal there.
I thought it was a created thing. You know what I mean? Kind of like they created the White Ranger. You know what I mean? That's what it felt like with the Omega Rangers. But
then he talked about being, Imperial talked about being like millennial, just, being born or whatever, or being created so long ago that he marks his time with millennials or whatever.
Yeah, he marks time
when he
by
talked
millennia.
about the original Omega Rangers, or the first time that he met the Omega Rangers, how long ago was that?
Yeah, they didn't say, did they?
Yeah.
And I will say that we got like 2 or 3 reveals in this book too, along with that. That was one of them where they talked about former Omega Rangers. Another one was the fact that he revealed to them that the Imperial killed the Red Emissary.
Yeah, they ripped him limb from limb.
Did they say Red Emissary, or did they just say one of your emissaries? I can't remember.
He says just one of them. He doesn't define what color.
And they didn't really I don't remember them saying oh no, you know what I mean? So
there's one more book left in this story arc or in this series?
That's kind of hard to explain. They're basically doing a soft reboot, actually. That's probably the best way to explain it. So what's going to happen is there's going to be one more issue, and this is all basically just like the prologue for the soft reboot. So they're setting up a whole new villain, and they're setting up a new world, I guess, to launch this new story in, So it's going to become Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers, so 2 separate lines.
Thank you, Iron Dad, Comic Clad Dale. Yes, exactly what he said.
Swapping out artist and writer?
No, so he's going to write both series, and then they're going to have 2 different artists.
And the major difference is going to be they took the original 3 Rangers that eventually left the team. Now they're the Omega Rangers, and they have space travel and stuff. So basically, whenever they relaunch into 2 lines, one of them is going to be Rangers in space, and the other one's going to be the old team from season 2 with the White Ranger and all that.
Oh, thank you, everyone. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
What's up? So yeah, so at the end of this issue, they're talking about the Imperial, and they're like, okay, well, if we don't know anything about it, let's go ahead and go talk to Alpha and Zordon. So they're going to head back to Earth, where the Mighty Morphin team in the last issue, which was not in this book at all, was fighting, like I said earlier, the Dark Rangers. And so I think what we're going to see, I mean, I think we all can pretty much figure out what we're going to see here is that they're going to show up and either help the Mighty Morphin team beat the Dark Rangers, or the new Green Ranger is going to show up and help them beat the Dark Rangers. And then at the end of the book, they're going to talk to Zordon about what's the Imperial. And then I think the Omega Rangers are going to be pretty pissed off that the Mighty Morphin team is holding Lord Draken without telling them. And I think there's going to be some issues there, and that's what's going to cause them to, like, okay, we're not coming back. You know what I mean? And they're going to go off and just do their own thing. Is that what you guys think?
Yeah,
pretty much. You know, I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't like issue 54 was because it was the Omega Rangers. There wasn't any Mighty Morphin. You know, I guess I'm just not invested in this story arc as much as I would have, you know, if it was the Mighty Morphin one. But still, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I feel you on it because like 51, 52, and 53, like all three of those books together probably moved like that much. They were definitely all filler. This one feels like it's finally getting to the point of what they want to set up for this. But those first three, I mean, nothing happened. This one, we got introduced to the Imperials, and we developed questions, which is something we haven't really had about the first three books. There was no questions. It was like, this is just, you know, moving an inch, you know?
It honestly felt like, to me, I don't know if you guys felt this way, it felt like the show.
Like this issue?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he freeze?
I think he froze.
Yeah.
Did I froze?
What happened?
Are we all froze? What happened?
No.
Reality's unraveling.
You guys see me?
Yep, you're good.
Yeah,
now.
but you're kind of
Okay.
breaking up and in and out.
Oh, I am? What the heck, dude?
Yeah, but it's coming
You
back.
are.
You're getting better each
Yeah,
second.
you're good now.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, they talk, meet a villain, talk, fight, lose, bigger villains, get big, fight, lose, win, villain leaves. That was it.
Oh,
Felt
yeah,
like
I
a big-
definitely at the end I was like, this is like the show. Like he disappears whenever they attack and stuff with their like Kamehameha attack.
As far as I know, this Mr. Ooze is just a movie character who's not actually canon in the Power Rangers universe. So maybe they'll bring him in at some point, but I don't think so. Hey, Alex.
If they bring in Ivan Ooze, they better bring in the ridiculously shiny Megazords.
Yeah. Overall, I would probably. It was definitely one of the weaker issues, for sure. But I definitely feel like it was better than 51 and 52.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if I gave let's say a 2 to the first 51, 52, 53, then this was probably like a 5 or 6. I thought it was a pretty big step in the right direction, getting us back to where we were supposed to be.
I'm just excited about the relaunch. That's to like finally get these books in separate things so we can focus on one storyline per book, which I am going to be picking up both, and I'm going to be announcing exclusive covers for both as well. So that'll be fun going forward. So, do you guys want to talk? Should we talk Three Jokers next, or should we talk Department of Truth? We all read Department of Truth, and Austin is pretty excited about it.
I'm pretty excited about both of them, honestly. So, I mean, you can't go wrong with either of those.
Dude, how did you just? It's 6:40 in California. How did you just wake up from a nap at 6:40? Do you work at night? Is that what's up? Free Key, what's up? Okay, I think we should talk Department of Truth.
Yeah, because we'll all be excited about that, and then we can. I won't have anything to say on Three Jokers, so.
Sorry.
Good morning.
So this book is actually like super hot in terms of just reader buzz. I don't know if it is in terms of like selling. I haven't checked that, but it's the reader buzz is very high. Everyone's reviewing it. Everyone's liking it. 2BrothersComics, Dustin and Nick, they revealed a cover for 616 Simple Man's, and that cover sold out. It is the 616 first exclusive that they put together that is sold out. So, and it was by Megan Hutchinson, which is Donny Cates' wife. But this it was pretty cool. I'll have to see if I can find it. But this
to me,
I almost read like I'll let you guys talk more about it. Obviously, it almost read to me like a book, like a regular book, or a movie. It felt like a really good book or a movie, which I'll talk about more later. I hated the art. I'll be honest. I thought that was trash. But
yeah, so let's get that out of the way because I think that the artwork in this book is probably talked about even more so than the story. I've talked to just a handful of people about it, and the first thing they mention is the artwork. Personally, I kind of dig it. I think it adds to the grittiness behind the story overall.
It does.
But, I certainly understand how someone wouldn't like it. It's not by any means traditional comic book art. It's very, I don't want to say it's sloppy, but it's not, no clean lines.
Well, it's very abstract.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to really explore in there. And I looked at a number of different panels to see if there was like any kind of heavy detail or anything like that. Nothing. And then in regards to it reading like a book, I absolutely agree. It's each panel is very sequential and it's dialogue heavy, which honestly I didn't mind. There's a lot of dialogue, but I think I read through it smoothly. I didn't get confused. I didn't have to go back and do anything. It read really well. I enjoyed it a lot.
Unorthodox is a great way to put it.
Yeah, I've heard, I think I've listened to like 3 different podcasts review this already. And I mean, just like this, like it is right down the line. Like everybody, the first thing they talk about is the art, and everybody either like loves it or hates it. I have not heard anybody that's like, oh, well, it's okay. Like everybody's like, this is terrible art, or this is amazing art. I come down on the side of, I love it. I think it's amazing.
Panda, are you going to side with me or are you going to side with those two boys?
Oh, dude, I love the art. I don't know what you're talking about. I love the art. The art was really unorthodox. I really liked the way that they did the dialogue, especially with the word bubbles, like especially when they were inside the interrogation room and with the word bubbles, the way that they went. Oh, man, I love
the way they're all like offset and like.
Yeah, offset.
I did like that. I did like that. But the actual art, it felt like they let a child do. Yeah, here, go ahead, show that, Ryan.
I mean, I don't know. I love it. It adds so much to the vibe. It feels like what this book should feel like,
It looks like a watercolor that they let a child do.
I love, it's very abstract, but I also love like the art implies a lot more than it actually says, And to me, that's kind of what a conspiracy theory is,
That's probably why I enjoyed the artwork so much, because it really helped with the story and kind of put together the feeling behind the story that you're reading.
Yeah, it does kind of make it more mysterious for sure, where you can't really make out certain things. It definitely makes you, and it feels like a dark show that you'd watch on Netflix or Amazon. You know what I mean? Like dark, like Stranger Things a little bit. Like a lot of dark scenes.
Yeah,
that's what it felt like to me.
I don't know if y'all read Strange Skies Over East Berlin, but it reminds me a lot of that too. Which was an incredible series that everybody slept on. That's why nobody's speaking right now.
Yep. You're probably right. You're probably right.
No, but that was like a espionage story. It took place in like East Berlin during the Cold War, and so it had a very unique art style that kind of mirrored this, lots of heavy shadows and stuff, and it worked in the same way. It just like brought you into the world and kind of helped deliver that vibe and that feeling.
Yeah.
should we talk about the story now? We've talked so much about the art, which it looks
well,
like.
And we also talked about like the rest of the elements of it.
Yeah, like I said, I wasn't a fan of the art. It grew on me throughout the book, but I did not like it at all.
Well, let's be honest. We didn't buy this book because of the artwork. We bought it because of that name on the cover.
Dude, are you folding a book? How dare you?
Reader copy, bro.
I know what I'm a professional. I know how to handle it properly.
He's gonna fold it in half, and he's gonna put it in his back pocket, and he's gonna ride his bike to his friend's house to talk about it.
Yeah, put it in my back pocket next to my
Yeah, something I wanted to mention, like this book, I mean, this is what's crazy about the market, right? You had 7 Secrets. That was insane. The way that people bought up We Only Find Them When They're Dead, right? They just announced that Something Is Killing the Children, number 11, sold more copies than issue number 1. And I mean, that book is crazy. And we all see what's going on with Batman. So I'm really blown away that there's a Tinian book that had this much like reader hype, but the market isn't going crazy. You don't hear about anybody not getting copies. Have they even announced a second or third print of this yet? Like, why is this book not flying the way that all those other ones did?
Well, I don't know if they've announced one. I mean, I could definitely Google it.
No, but that's a good point. I mean,
Tinian's on fire right now. You would think Image announcing a number 1 from Tinian should have made this sell like an insane amount.
So it sold out at the distributor level September 7th. But I haven't heard anything about a second print.
Yeah.
Well, no, here it is. There is a pre-sale for a second print already. Department of Truth number 1, cover A, cover B. Oh, never mind. That's not a second print. Yeah, I thought it said second print, but I guess not. Yeah, I haven't heard anything either. So I don't know.
Copies are available because, there's still stacks of them at my LCS.
Yeah.
So if it's not rare and everybody can just go in and pick it up, there's no mystery. Everybody's got it.
Well, yeah. It might be kind of like Firepower, you know what I mean, where everyone loves it. Firepower number 1 didn't go to a second print. Now, it did have a free comic book day book as well, so there's plenty of those to go around. But maybe they're not going to go to a second print. Who knows?
Yeah, I just thought it was really weird because of the name behind it that's really selling it, but it's not selling as like crazy as it should be, Yeah,
I don't know. But
like, I kind of thought this was going to be harder to get than 7 Secrets because that was insane the way that one went, But
yeah, I actually didn't even pre-order this book. I heard about it obviously, but I just walked in to pick up, my pull list and saw it on the shelf, started thumbing through it, and I was like, okay, I'll pick it up.
Yeah, and you got the 1 in 10, right? I had choices of 2 covers,
My shop they only had 2 copies, which were pre-ordered, and he didn't order any more. So I went to the shop that I hate down the street, and they had like 3 copies or 4 copies, and there was 2 variants and 2 regulars. The variants had some ticks on them, and the one I had the regular cover, there's like no ticks on it, so I grabbed the better.
Yeah, I feel your pain. I got a shop that I just hate to have to go to, but sometimes they're the only option.
Yeah, that's how it was, man. I picked it up, but okay. All right, let's talk about it. Panda, what did you think of this book?
I really, really liked it. This one really blew me away. I like conspiracy theories, but that's just because I like the lore of conspiracy theories. There's always some element of truth in these conspiracy theories. That's what makes them so believable. So to go through like an espionage movie, this is what it made me feel like was, we're watching, another Jason Bourne movie or whatever, the Bourne Identity kind of thing, with the way that they're interrogating him. Also made me feel like the Matrix, the way that they were, interrogating him, asking him exactly what he saw and then giving him all the details. And it really did read like a book. It made it so easy to follow along, and to like the flow of it was just really, really good. I read this when I was waiting for my daughter at volleyball practice, and just like I zoned out. I have no idea how well my daughter did or how crappy my daughter did in volleyball. Like I just zoned out.
That's a good book.
So
Dude,
it was
yeah, man.
really good. Yeah,
Dude, yeah, and it
and the
almost,
artwork was captivating.
that's fine.
It really was.
I'll say, I want to say a few things here. I will agree. Like it read very well. Like this is he's being interviewed, and then they go back. He has to tell them what's happening, which so they go back and they show it, and then they go back to the interview, and they keep going back and forth. But it's not confusing. It's like perfect. You know what I mean? It feels like an interview.
Yeah.
It feels like it felt like the beginning scene, probably like the first, I don't know, however long, and Incredibles #2. Do you guys remember that? Where the
Yep.
boyfriend is being interviewed about what happened? That's what it made me think of, you know? And then for anyone that doesn't know, it's about conspiracy theories, and a lot of them are true, and they're trying to, he thinks he's going to get killed because at the end, you figure out why. And the whole time, it's like, how much of this is true? How much of it is not true? And like, how much of this are they like testing him on? Like, we don't know still if any of that stuff was a test or if it was like actual stuff that happened, and they're just trying to see how people reacted to it. I don't know. That's what I was talking about it.
So I actually got from it, it's more of kind of like a fantasy thing where, it's like Santa Claus. If the kids stop believing in Santa Claus goes away. So what it's about is the more people that believe something, anything, it becomes true.
Right.
So
Yeah.
the moon landing was real, but because so many people are starting to believe that it wasn't, it's slowly becoming that it was not. And so now that more and more people are believing that the earth is flat, the earth is starting to become flat.
So were they? So they were being serious about that, where it actually does start becoming true. I didn't know if that was just something that they were talking about, or if it was actually true.
Right.
Yeah, it's a meta conspiracy theory. There's literally a conspiracy theory that if enough people believe something, that's what makes it true. That's alternative facts. If we all believe this thing, then the truth doesn't really matter because it's true within us. Therefore, it is real and true. That's the ploy here. That's the conceit they're giving into that idea.
Yeah. So the purpose of this agency is to make sure that they stop the masses from believing all of the BS, so the BS doesn't become fact.
Yeah, which to me, I'm assuming.
I didn't know if that was true or not. I was confused.
Yeah, that's kind of what he's explaining on the plane whenever they're seeing the white in Antarctica, and he's saying we're at the edge of the map. Like that's what he's explaining right there. Is that like if enough people believe this, then it becomes true. Like what you think is conspiracy is only conspiracy as long as the fringe and the minority believe it.
So that's why that's why that person killed all those people, because they kept believing in it, and they're like, okay, I got to kill these people so it stops becoming true.
Well, the reason why killing those people was so important is because that group of people was recruiting the masses to believe in their thoughts to make the conspiracies fact. And then I think that I want to say I kind of knew that he was being interviewed for a job from the very beginning of the book. So I wasn't too surprised by that. But I think
it felt very Men in Black. Yeah,
Cool Comics mentioned it before. I think the very last page, I didn't see that coming.
No. Should we spoil it? I mean, it came out yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'll give you guys 10 seconds to get out.
I was trying to play it safe, but I have no problem speaking to it.
If you've read Undiscovered Country #1, it ends exactly the same as that. Just different historical figure.
So essentially what happens at the end is we get to see a very historical figure who was involved. Hey, go ahead.
I doubt anybody knows his face that well.
My
That's
name
why
is
you had to
Lee
say his
Harvey.
name.
My name is Lee Harvey Oswald. And why does his head look like that?
Because of the great artwork.
Yeah.
Is it
It's
supposed
lighting.
to have like a big old circle right there, or what?
No, it's the lighting, the sun coming through
Okay.
the emblem behind him. It's like light shining on the truth. We're gonna shine truth on everything.
I like how they repurposed that. Is it the Illuminati, the All-Seeing,
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
Masons, or all of them? Right, it's all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah, and I guess since I don't know, here was my thought. Like I was kind of surprised whenever he's like, it's Lee Harvey Oswald. I was like, oh, that's crazy. Except that makes sense if he was in the USSR and they taught him about the concept of making a conspiracy theory come true. So when he assassinates the president, he makes sure that the media picks it up and sees everything in a way that propagates this theory, knowing that once that theory is believed by 50.1% of the population, it will become true, and no longer is he the murderer of the president. It was actually the government.
Yeah, and when I first started the book, the first 2 pages, going back to shortly after the Kennedy assassination, I kind of just chalked this conversation up to like, yeah, I already know that Lee Harvey Oswald is involved in a conspiracy. Did he do it or didn't he do it? But then I hit that last page and it redefined the first 2 pages of this.
It did.
That conversation just meant a whole different thing. And I think that's why I liked this story so much.
So did you read the first 2 pages after seeing that last page? Because I went and reread those first 2 pages.
I didn't go back and read it, but I kind of I know what, when I first read it and I understood what was going on. At least I thought I did. But then, again, like I said, it redefined everything. Just seeing, what they were talking about in the first 2 pages wasn't at all what I thought they were talking about.
Right.
It sounded to me like they somehow convinced Lee Harvey Oswald to just take the fall.
Yeah.
But what it seemed to be was he's already part of this department that's been trying to cover up and preserve conspiracies or truths the whole time.
Well, see, and that's why I think that, because the whole thing with his history is that he was in like Soviet Russia or whatever, and that's where he got the training that made him capable of taking out the president. So my thinking is, at least the way that I would play this if I was Mr. Tynan, because we don't want to blame ourselves for this stuff, so let's blame it on Russia. So that was part of the brainwashing that Oswald got when he was in Russia was, hey, look, you can also make these conspiracy theories true. Therefore, if he becomes the fall guy, yeah, he really did it. But by convincing enough people and portraying, if he was in public whenever he was arrested, if he knew to be in public when he was arrested and people saw him and then this conspiracy grew from it, he knows eventually enough people are going to buy in and he'll be a free man because technically he never actually did it.
Yeah. I'll tell you, here's the irony of this book, right? The story is basically, don't believe in conspiracy theories because if you do, they'll slowly become the truth. However, after reading this book, I want to go and watch documentaries on conspiracy theories now and start looking into some of that stuff. Did we land on the moon? I'm not so sure anymore.
I really like the way that they portrayed that.
So many people say it was fake, but I don't know, dude.
I don't believe any conspiracy theories, but I think that's what does interest me about it is like the culture and like the psychological reasoning that people buy into these conspiracies and get so into them and all of that, like that aspect of it's really interesting to me. And so, yeah, like as a commentary on that, I think this book is really interesting. I just hope it's not like, maybe what if he's a nut job and he's really trying to convince us that all these conspiracies are the real deal,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I thought the writing was incredible. Just anything that he does, James Tynion IV does. Outside, maybe I should have given Wind more than just a one-issue run. I did not like Wind #1, but that was the only book that I've ever read by James Tynion that I did not like. Everything else I've ever read by him is amazing.
I didn't even bother getting that book.
It wasn't good.
Yeah, the first one was so I don't know, it was like super campy and slow, and
Yeah,
I don't know, it didn't catch my attention enough. But now
Yeah,
people are
everything
going
else is-
crazy for like the fourth one, the third one, and fourth one. People were pretty hype about, so I guess it got somewhere.
True. Well, it's only like 4 or 5 issues long anyway, so.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't been excited about an issue 2 coming out like this for a long time.
Yeah,
Looking
I'm
forward
excited about it too. And I'm not usually a indie guy. I mean, it's usually Power Rangers, TMNT, and then we recently added Firepower, and now we got Department of Truth. I mean, maybe
Indies are
I'm
crushing,
becoming
man.
more of an indie guy, dude. It's you get more interesting things because you can tell regular stories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys always
Yeah,
say.
well, I mean, it's basically, the indies, what they do, like, if Hollywood was only the Marvel and DC movies, then like we would be excited when a non-superhero, because yeah, they're doing genre stuff with the superheroes, but sometimes it's nice to just not have that superhero attached to the genre, and so you can get like really out there stuff like this. I mean, what superhero could you attach to this and put it under the Marvel or DC banner,
Well, and like I said earlier, it read like a book or a movie. There's a lot of independent comics that can translate very, very well to the big screen or to a TV show. And it's only one issue in, but it feels like a lot of people would like this if they knew more about it, or if they watched a TV show or a movie on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys got anything else you guys want to talk about it? I didn't even take it out because I don't want to mess it up just in case it gets hot. You know what I mean?
No, I really enjoyed this issue. I don't know, this feels like the most 2020 thing in the world, and it just like concerns me to kind of reinforce some of that behavior. But the story itself was great. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun read. It was, like Panda said, like you could just get lost in this. It's really good stuff. And I think as a commentary on conspiracy culture, this is a really cool book.
True. Yeah. I agree. Really good book. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. I wasn't even planning on really getting it until Panda talked about it in our group chat. And I was like, you know what? I'll get it too, because it does sound interesting. And once I saw that the 616 exclusive sold out, I was like, okay, there's got to be something here. And so I'm glad I did. Really good.
Man, I'm telling you, if you like this, though, you'll really like Something Is Killing the Children.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good that you were able to see past the artwork too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so I will say the first 4 pages, I was like, what the heck am I reading? Like, I already knew that there was going to be panels that look like that, but then when you read it, I was like, ugh. But then the story, I don't even, okay, I almost got to the point where I wasn't even looking at the pictures because I didn't, like I said, it reads like a book. It reads like you almost are imagining how it would look.
Mm-hmm.
So you do get pictures, but you're trying to imagine how it would look in front of you or on the TV. So.
Yeah. So Morphin said he's comparing it to the X-Files. I think that's a great way to put it. It's very X-File feel.
Yeah.
I kept wondering if we're going to see any aliens or anything, but not yet.
Not yet, yeah. But they definitely didn't rule that out, so.
No, they did not rule it out. That's for sure.
Yeah, it felt very much like X-Files, but introducing a new agent in the style of Men in Black.
Yeah.
And he's not a normal agent either. Obviously, if you read it, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it. But.
I will say, though, I was really interested in his previous job at the FBI. They did a prequel one-shot on that.
An OGN.
Right.
All right. That was good. I liked it. We'll talk some Batman 3 Jokers. And then we'll give Ryan, if he wants to stay, Ryan can have some time to talk some Alienated, and then we'll get out of here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll stick around. I got nothing else to do.
All right. So Batman 3 Jokers #2 came out this week. This was probably one of the most hyped series before issue 1 that DC has put out in a long time. Like it's been talked about for 4 years in terms of there being 3 Jokers for 4 years, and then we've known about them doing a series for almost 3 years. So finally, Jeff Johns got some time to do it. I don't know how, but finally got some time to do it. Issue 1 I thought was very good, not great, but very good. And then issue 2, it doesn't feel like a lot happened, but at the same time, it felt like a lot happened. I don't know. What did you guys think?
Go ahead, Adrian.
Adrian, you there?
Hello?
You
Can you
there,
hear us?
Adrian?
Yeah.
There you
All
go.
right,
No, my
he's-
internet keeps cutting in and out, so I don't know how much longer I can talk on this. I thought it was good, but like you said, I don't think very much really happened to like move the needle anymore. I did like how they explored a little bit more about Jason Todd and his little psyche about everything, and how now he's starting to question on whether or not he's really on the good side or bad side kind of way.
right.
I thought that was really cool. You know, and then that whole thing with him and Barbara and him getting mixed up with Barbara there for a second, I thought was kind of a good, you know, kind of thing that they threw in there. So I don't know. I liked it, but it, like I said, it didn't move the needle much.
It did not move the needle much, but that doesn't mean that they can't play into that more issue 3. You know what I mean? Maybe this is
Yeah.
a build to where Jason really. There's a reason why the Jokers did not kill him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a pretty big reason why they did not. There's a lot of moving parts, and this is only a 3-issue miniseries, right?
Yeah, so they've got a lot to tell in the next book for sure.
Yeah.
It definitely felt like Babs was kind of like the Black Widow of the DC universe, with the amount of love interest that she's had. Because Black Widow has had like, I don't know, like 4 or 5, it feels like, in the MCU, from Tony Stark to the Hulk to she kissed Captain America to, you know, all sorts of people in the MCU. And obviously she's had a lot of relationships with different people. And then now I guess she's kissing Jason Todd after she wanting to arrest him. But yeah, I don't know. There's definitely a slow play here happening by the Jokers. And I will say this. I did see the opening panel in the previews about the comedian sitting there with his wife and kid. And I didn't know that it was fake until like I was on the last 2 panels of that page. I didn't even look at the next page. I hadn't even looked at it at all. And I'm like, why does he have food on a spoon in one and nothing in his hand? And in the next panel, he does have something in his hand, and it looks different in the background. And then you realize that because he's the Joker, he's nuts, and he's just imagining that he's with his wife and kid. So I thought that was pretty good writing and art. Obviously, the artwork in this is fantastic. Jason Fabok does an amazing job, or Fabok, however you want to say it, does an amazing job for sure.
So I would agree. I think it definitely kind of plateaued. Not a whole lot going on with it, but it was almost the Jason Todd show. You know, for a book called 3 Jokers, Joker wasn't really in it too much. But I think it is the calm before the storm. Like I said, I think that they've got a lot to tell in the 3rd book, and I think the 3rd book is just going to be so intense that it'll be well worth it. I mean,
yeah. And
for as long as it took this book to get put together, I got to expect something big is going to come from it.
I mean, it is Black Label, so that means it is not canon, but they take a lot of canon stuff, obviously, because they took it from Justice League 50, from New 52, where we found out there was 3 Jokers, and obviously They know about Jason Todd getting killed, and then they know about Babs getting shot and crippled by the Joker. So there's a lot of stuff happening in there. But yeah, it does feel like the Jason Todd show, which I really, really actually enjoy Jason Todd, especially the way how ruthless he is so far in these issues.
Well, let me ask you this, because this is non-canon, but when you go back to the canon books and start to read and Jason Todd and stuff, are you going to come back to this book and start thinking about all of the trauma and agony he went through in this book and relate that to storylines in canon?
See, I don't know. Like, you almost have to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, how do you not?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, and that's the thing about like DC and Marvel. They'll tell you a line is non-canon unless it does very well, and then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, but we went ahead and absorbed that book, you know.
Yeah.
So if Three Jokers winds up as good as everybody is hoping it will, then they'll probably just be like, oh yeah, that was canon, we just didn't tell you.
Yeah, and
I will say though, it sounds like a very traditional three act structure though, because the first one ended with Jason Todd shooting the Joker, right?
Yeah.
And then this whole issue is, so if Act 1 ends with the inciting incident, then that would be Jason Todd shooting the Joker. So then your second act would pretty much all be like the dip in the movie, basically, and that would be exploring the results of that inciting incident. So it makes sense that it would explore a little more about Jason Todd in this one.
Well, I will say that was a great cue that you just made, because the whole first part of the book is Babs reacting to Jason Todd killing one of the Jokers, and then her basically like, why aren't you more mad, Batman? And he starts talking about how he let Jason die, left him in the ground, and she's talking like, why haven't you talked about this? Why haven't you done that? And he's like, well, I was kind of hoping that he would be more like you, where Babs just pretty much just got over. I mean, obviously there's been times where she's in comics where she's had to deal with the whole Joker thing, but like she's pretty much got over it. Well, Jason, it kind of has been driving him mad, and everyone deals with it differently, and he didn't know. And then obviously you get to see how Jason Todd feels. Like, why did you get another Robin? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? And the Joker is kind of obviously in the book make him feel that way when they get him all naked and they start beating the crap out of him, telling them, we want you to be the next Joker, and you actually really do hate Batman and all that stuff. So hey, student of mine, what's up, Jonathan Fair? How's it going, man? Appreciate you watching. We're talking Batman 3 Jokers. So I thought it was.
This is another book I've heard down the middle too. It seems like everybody either really liked it or they felt like it was a book that, not that it was bad, but that it just didn't really do much for them. So
yeah, I don't know.
Just like polarizing
the story as a whole.
Like this issue, everybody that I heard talk about the first one was really excited about it, but the second one, it seems like everybody either falls on one of those two sides.
I still think it's incredible writing, but it does feel like it, like Panda said, it doesn't move the needle very much. But it could be we haven't even talked about the Joe Chill part yet. Like, how are they going to play that into there? Are they going to kill him, or are they going to make him one of the Jokers? You know what I mean? And how much are they going to, like? Are we going to end up with just one Joker? I'm assuming that's the long play here. Be like, okay, we announced that there's 3 Jokers, but then by the end of this, there's only going to be one. You know what I mean? And he's going to get away, and everyone's going to be left standing trying to pick up the pieces. Like, what just happened? You know, and that's what it feels like.
They're going to close out the Jason Todd angle, within the first few pages of the next issue, and then it's going to be focused solely on the Batman versus Joker story, and it's going to close out and bring in, what they're going to do at Chill, and I think that's going to be the big bang. But the book didn't really move a whole lot forward, but it was a necessary evil, right? We had to see this because they got to be revealing something, and this is all going to make sense. So you just deal with it.
Like I said, I still think it's incredible writing. Like, it didn't move the needle much, but it was still interesting to read. Like, the writing, anything Jeff Johns writes is insanely good. Like, he's still one of the top 5, probably top 3 writers out there right now with Tynan and Donnie Cates. Probably those three, and then right on the outside, Scott Snyder. You know what I mean? So he's definitely an amazing writer still when he gets his hands on a book, for sure. I did not see that. I really did not see the cell number. He's talking about the actual cell number when he goes and kicks down the Joe Chill.
I'm assuming it's a date or something, or a reference to the issue.
1939.
That's it.
1939.
Yep.
Is that issue 33, 1939?
It's got to be, right? I mean, let us know, Mark. You know, yeah, I guess you know more than us. There's always some Easter eggs in here that people miss, and obviously we all missed it. So
does Jason Todd know which Joker it was that killed him?
He doesn't know.
No,
he does not know. But
is that the story here? Is that Jason Todd's gonna like overcome his issues, and then in canon they can kind of like drop the whole Joker issue with him?
I don't know. I don't know, but he does say as they're beating the crap out of him again, with the wrench, which we've seen before.
the crowbar.
The
crowbar. Sorry. He says, "I'm going to kill you," and he goes, "Well, you better make sure I stay dead this time." I thought that was an incredible line.
Yeah. So I mean, what if it all ends with him shooting the one that he thinks killed him, and then there's only one Joker left?
The one left is probably the one that did kill him.
Yeah, I mean that would be the whole thing. Is like
that'd be the best.
He thinks he finally got what he wanted, but then he finds out he didn't get what he wanted. So then like he's still kind of messed up, but he learns to get over the trauma that he'll never win because it's the Joker. And then they can kind of drop that angle on his personality and maybe open him up to be a better character, because they've always kind of attached him back to that one moment,
And they said when they brought him back, he came back violent, which he has. And obviously and Babs even says it. She goes, "You need to take away his guns and his weapons." She says those exact words. But then later in the issue, she kisses him. So it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Wally West killed like all these characters that we didn't really know or care about. Well, Tom King did that. Screw him. But and now he's like the center focus of the death metal series after Flash Forward, where he's got Dr. Manhattan's powers, and we found out that he wasn't really the one doing what he was doing. Someone else made him do it. Whatever. But so Jason Todd can kill a Joker, and he'll still be fine. He'll still be a hero because that's comic books. You know what I mean?
Well, I hope that they surprise us all and just do something completely asinine in book 3. And, if it's not going to be canon, why couldn't they do something where Jason Todd ends up killing the other 2 Jokers, just completely snaps, and actually becomes a Joker?
I think that's what they're trying. They're trying to make you think that he's either going to become a Joker or he's going to be. I don't know. He's either going to become like a really good hero or he's going to become the Joker. I don't know if there's really anything in between. What do you think, Panda?
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree. I think there's either one way or the other. There's no in between. It's either he's going to come to light or he's going to become the next Joker, which it looks like they've already been trying to,
Establish.
Yeah, try to establish and everything. So, I think for me, the question is, who was the original Joker? How did they get more Jokers? And what's the whole process like? You know what I mean?
We still don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So this last issue 3, has got to be like 150 pages long because I don't see how they're going to
I think
all that.
I think they're going to kind of reveal the mystery behind how the Jokers come to be, and the story of how Jason Todd becomes the next Joker is just one story of how one Joker came to be.
Okay.
And maybe kind of hint. I'm hoping. I hope it ends dark, and I hope that it doesn't end with a happy ending. I read that book before. I want
Right, and this is Black Label. It's not
something
supposed to.
extreme. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just really, really glad that we didn't get another, bat penis in this. So yeah, when they started putting Jason down, I was just like, oh gosh, here it goes.
If they turn him into a Joker, though, that does kind of rule out canon, right? Because Jason Todd still exists as not a Joker in the regular canon, right?
Yeah.
So that would kind of lock it out from being able to brought in without like a whole lot of crazy explanation.
Yep, and I'm all for it. I hope that I would just like to see a completely wild story here, and that it's not canon. That's great. I enjoyed this story for what it was, and that's what I want.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% think that would be the best thing is like, let's just have these stories that exist outside of canon. It just, I don't know, that's one thing that's always irked me about Marvel and DC is like, they'll tell you that all the time until it becomes so popular that it becomes canon. And I don't know. So it makes it really weird to figure out what angle they're going to try to take on this if it does work really well.
Now, if something crazy does happen in this book and Jason does become the next Joker and they still make that canon, I'm all for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because doesn't he become the Joker in the future, like in Batman Beyond, right? Isn't there the Joker comes back in the movie and they like try to, I mean, I don't know how much that counts toward canon, but there's at least a pre-established concept that Jason Todd turned into a Joker whenever he beat him to death. I don't know if they would tie it back to that because I don't know what the state of the universe is with Batman Beyond right now, but
it's hard to even tell what they're going to do since it's Black Label because it's not canon. So I don't know. I thought it was a good book. I enjoyed it. What's that?
Oh, I said overall it was a great book. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I think I didn't enjoy it as much as the first issue, but it was still really good. I thought it was really good, and I do love how much Jason Todd is involved because I do like that character. Not as much as Nightwing, but I do like that they're focusing on the three people in the Bat family that has been affected the most by the Joker, with Batgirl getting shot, Jason Todd getting killed, and Batman, obviously. So
yeah, Batgirl seems to be dealing with it pretty well.
Yeah, she deals with it in a different way. And they did kind of go over how she deals with it, like showed her calendar and all the different things that she's had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was, I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. For sure. Artwork, we didn't even really talk about the artwork. Artwork and color, incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It always is. By Jason Fabel. Always is. So
I like his artwork. His artwork's really good.
Yeah. And it's almost sometimes hard to tell the difference between the two different Jokers, between the two that are left, between the comedian and the clown. Because obviously, green hair, white face, big teeth, bow tie.
Everything is very clean. They don't jump outside of the panels once.
No. I did like seeing at the end here where you saw, like, Bruce is looking through the folders, and he sees the criminal, the clown, and the comedian, and I love that the clown had the red hood thing, and then they talked about, why did you become the red hood? Why did you take up our mantle? And he's like, it was a joke. And he's like, oh, so you like jokes too? So yeah. I thought that was interesting.
You know what else was a little bit twisted at the beginning of the book when is it the comedian Joker who's fantasizing having dinner with his family? Even in his own twisted fantasy, his son hates him, or is
Wow.
Yes.
That's pretty dark.
There's two other things that I liked about this book, and then you guys can add anything if you want to. The two last pages there, when they're going to interview Joe Chill, it reminded me a lot of The Dark Knight, where they have that person dressed up as Batman who thinks he's just as good as Batman, but he's not, obviously.
The one that wears hockey pants?
That's him. Yeah, and that movie where they're interviewing him and they kill him and all that. That's what it reminded me of. And then the last panel on the last page where the Joker's holding the camera, what does that remind you of? Obviously, I have it right here. It reminded me of this.
Yep.
Yeah.
100% reminded me of that. So that was done on purpose, I felt like.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They've been playing off a Killing Joke since the beginning.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I agree. I think that was definitely planned for sure. Even the lines in the art style are very similar to the Killing Joke.
Yeah, and they keep talking about her getting shot by the Joker, which happened in that book as well. So
Yeah.
you guys got anything else you guys want to add to this book? No?
No, I
I
think
thought it was a pretty good book. I enjoyed the words and the pictures, and surprised I had as much input as I did because I totally have not read this or the first one.
So you wanted to talk Alienated really quick? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody else has read it. I will say, like, because this was the final issue, so it all wrapped up. I really liked this series all the way through because it kind of reminds me of like 13 Reasons Why, like, is dealing with the youth, modern day youth, and a lot of the things they go through and their struggles and stuff. And so that was really cool. And like the book is so incredibly dark. And it even she keeps running around. And it even like it does a lot of like MAGA bashing, and that was almost off-putting at the beginning, but I struggled through it. And it's really interesting because in the end of the book, it does this big swing where it kind of really is like, hey, look, all the extremes are bad. Like everybody, like we need to be moderate, So it was really interesting in that respect. The one thing I didn't like is like it gets really dark and like this kid like basically kills his mom and stuff. And it gets into all this messed up stuff. And then it reminds me of a sitcom or something where like, like those family sitcoms like Seventh Heaven, they would kind of get into like these issues that like people were dealing with. And then they're like, oh, but it's 20 minutes in. So we have to wrap it all up. So it'll be back to the status quo for next week. And so that was my one disappointment. The end of this series, like they kind of wrap it up real neat. And I was like, no, like there's way too much mess here. Like people need to address the things that actually happen instead of just kind of like letting it all go. But overall, it was a great series. Like it's 6 issues long, and 5.5 of those issues were some of the best stuff I've ever read.
Yeah, so I ran real quick to verify Alienated because I know I had it, but I didn't like it. I didn't get it go beyond the first issue, and it just completely left my memory altogether. But I thought, at least from the first issue, it seemed very childish, which is why I didn't continue. But it goes down a different path and gets darker.
Oh yeah, because I don't know. Like I said, I mean, it's kind of like 13 Reasons Why. Like if you have a connection to the youth, whether you have children or like you're a teacher that deals with like teenagers and stuff, it kind of reminds me of 13 Reasons Why, because it's dealing with a lot of the things that they go through, like that extreme jealousy of, the popular girl, or like one of the characters, Samir, like dealing with his traditional parents and his sexuality and stuff, and so it gets really interesting because it gets really dark and like, one of the kids like tries to commit suicide, and then like that takes an even darker turn than an attempt at suicide, so it gets really like in the weeds and really into some issues that kids deal with in the modern world,
So after the issues, do you feel like you were left wanting more? They close it out pretty well.
No, they close it out pretty well. I mean, it's open enough because basically what happens is this alien that they find in the first issue, one of the characters, like the main one, Samuel, he bonds with it. I mean, he becomes like basically a god by the end, and almost like Jafar at the end of Aladdin, like he gets the ultimate power, but he's tricked by like the most simple trick, and it allows them to like wrap everything up because he basically like just like nuclear bombs a whole town, and erases it off the map. Like he bonds with the alien, he gets these superpowers. I guess you could almost say kind of like Chronicle 2, that movie where like they find or get superpowers or whatever, and it kind of shows like how teenagers would handle that much power and stuff. That's kind of what this was. Like if they could resolve their personal problems with superpowers, how would they handle that?
I may have to pick up a trade when it comes out and read it that way. It sounds pretty interesting. I just gave up on it almost immediately, and I think it was because, as it was introducing the characters in the beginning, it was, okay, here's the shy kid, here's the bully, the typical childhood or high school kind of characters. So I just dropped it. I didn't have a chance, so shame on me.
Yeah, they get into the weeds about like why those characters are like that. The girl Samantha, she's like real shy and quiet, and then like the third issue deals with her, and oh my god, man, like that one was a really hard issue to finish. That one and like the third and fourth one are just like really heavy material. But they explain exactly why Samantha is real shy and quiet in the beginning and very standoffish, and they get into like Samir, why he wants to bond with people that don't like him so much, and honestly, the biggest thing that grabbed me was I really like books that like play with the format, and the way that they did like their thoughts in different colored text, and like the splash page in that first one alone just grabbed me, because in one splash page you find out what all of their problems are. It's just like one giant double splash, and you're like, oh, okay, so this is his problem and her problem and his problem, and I just thought I did a really good job, because there's even like some prose moments, but it's all in colored dialogue and stuff, so who's thinking and who's talking and everything. And so I really like the way it played with the format of comic books overall as well. I thought that was a really fun way to handle it.
Right on. Did you read this, Steve?
I did not. I have not. Like I said, I'm not usually a big indie guy. Like Power Rangers TMNT, that was it really until Firepower. Literally that. Well, and God Country. God Country is incredible. If you've never read God Country, do yourself a favor.
I haven't started that one yet.
Incredible. Dude, you need to. It's only 6 issues.
Yeah, now I feel like I missed out on Alienated, so I got to get into that.
I will check it out, Adventures of Mark and Fenn. I enjoy your Ranger unboxing.
Yeah, and sure. Simon Spurrier is a pretty big name, I think. So this is my first experience with his writing, but I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. Which I've heard somebody else talk about him recently, and they pretty much described what I got out of this book. Like he writes to the character in like these certain ways. I don't know. It's good stuff though. I like his writing. I'll definitely check out another book that has his name on it. So
what's interesting is coming out next week. Are you reading Firepower, Austin?
No, I gave up on that one too.
Dude, you need to read the OGN. Read the OGN and then decide if you want to pick up the other issues.
I have the first issue. I can't get my hands on the trade.
The trade is the best part of the whole series.
I know. So I just didn't do it. And then for whatever reason, because issue 1 and 2 came out the same day.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that until it was already too late, because I went to my LCS. They had issue number 1, but was already out of number 2. But I didn't even think to look for issue number 2. So I just got the 1.
Oh, no.
And then I found out 2, and now I couldn't find 2 anywhere. And then
number 4 comes out next week. So
yeah, then I heard, in order to understand a lot of it, you have to read the trade. And then I had no trade. So I was just like, man, I'm in such a deep hole with this book.
Well, you're really only, if you have number 1, you're really only 2 issues in OGN. And I think you can get the OGN for like $10. Let me look here. Firepower OGN.
Like the first 2 issues are good on their own. Once you get to the 3rd issue, I think you could still follow it, but that's the point where they really start tying in more of the OGN stuff. And at that point, I do think you probably should read it for sure.
Issue 1, the free comic book day, and the regular one, it's the same book. You don't really get a lot of the story until like the last quarter of the book. Like it's a really good read throughout, but then the last quarter of the book, you really, obviously, if you've read it, you get more of the story. But the OGN, you can get it on Amazon right now. Amazon Prime, paperback for $9.79 shipped. So get that and then read issues 2 and 3 because number 4 comes out next week.
Only $10, man. Dude, that's a good deal.
It is, because it's like 6 books in one. It feels like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kirkman himself, he always refers to it as like 8 issues, roughly. You know, it wasn't written in like an issue format, but like 8. I would say like 6 to 8 issues is accurate.
Yeah, I agree.
And is this an ongoing series?
Mm-hmm. And there's only one cover per book, so you don't have to worry about variants or anything. One cover. So, all right. Well, I think we're.
Burke's like 6 minutes and 12 seconds over his limit.
Oh, are we passing out? Yeah.
We're at 96 minutes, man.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming on, man. Every single week, you guys are on. Well, I guess Panda wasn't on last week. They were doing something in his basement or something.
Yeah, they were cleaning my basement. So
did it help? Did you organize your comics then?
I did. I should show you the new setup. There's no setup.
What's a basement?
They're just all put away.
I like it. And thank you, Austin, for making your first appearance.
Yes.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm excited about next week because Batman 100, Thor number 8, and Firepower number 4. I mean, that's our 3 we're going to review next week right there. So I'm excited about them. And we'll see if
thanks for stopping by and bandwagoning the art with me so that Burke could be wrong.
Right? That's true. So thank you, everyone in the chat, for hanging out. And as a reminder, our Thursday night chat is brought to you by comicbook_pressing on Instagram. His name is Eric. He does a fantastic job pressing comic books. Protect your comic book investment for as little as $10 by pressing it with comicbook_pressing on Instagram. A link to his page is in the description of this video. Make sure you check him out. He's a great dude. And make sure you use my promo code BURK54 to get free shipping back to you. Oh, there we go. So thanks again, everyone, for hanging out. We had a great time. And what a show. What a show. I might have to go back in and edit out part of a
Hey, cover collector.
We got a super chat to cover collector. Thank you, man. Really enjoyed the chat info, dude. Thank you so much, man. It means a lot when I get super chats, and it just means a lot when people show up. Period. Like we had 15 to 20 here the whole time, and it means a lot when other people, like Barry Gary's live with 500 people watching, to have 15 to 20 people watching here the whole time made me feel pretty good. I appreciate that, and I appreciate everyone. Also, last week that showed up and subscribed to my sister's channel to get her over 60 subscribers. That was awesome. I appreciate that. So thank you for the $4.99 super chat. We appreciate that. I guess I'm gonna have to send out another AOK to Ryan and Panda for showing up on my channel all the time. Well, I want to tell a story really quick. Should I tell them about what happened right before we came live?
Oh yeah.
So Dustin, who we kind of knew he wasn't going to be here tonight, but it wasn't for certain. He put in our group chat this video. He goes, "What's up, guys? This is Dustin from 2BrothersComics." It was like a whole thing he was going to post on his story.
It looked like he had just sent us his story, basically.
Yeah, it looked like he sent us a story. He's like, "What's up, guys? Dustin from 2BrothersComics, and we are about to launch our new Thursday night chat on my channel.
Thursday night throwdown."
And he showed off. We were going to be reviewing this, and this. It was like every book that we talked about tonight. And after that, he goes, "You coming, Panda and Ryan?" Like stealing my co-host,
confirming our invites.
And I was like, "What?" And I literally, I feel stupid for doing it, but I did go to his channel to make sure that he was joking. And he was joking, obviously. So that was hilarious. Oh,
Burke had 2 tabs open at the same time. One was on their channel, the other was on plane tickets to Atlanta.
Oh yeah, that was funny too. Appreciate it. Thank you, Karate Kevin. I appreciate that. I got there via. Where is he? Is he still here? Ruby G. Ruby G got me to 1,500. He told one of his friends to subscribe, and they did. So appreciate that.
First or last.
Dude, yes. Karate Kevin does look like Keanu Reeves. That is true. If you want to, you can go to the channel.
I can see
thank you
that.
again, the cover collector, for the super chat. We appreciate it. Thank you to Two Bros for a couple of super chats. We appreciate it. Thank you, Austin and Ryan and Panda, for joining us. What do you guys got going on in your channels and Instagrams coming up? We'll start here with Rhino, who's been posting some podcast called Cosmos or something. What's going on?
Hey, what's up? I've been posting everything. I have a podcast called Cosmic Campfire, and that's been purely audio, but I went ahead and applied some video to it and put it on YouTube. So that's available in a playlist as well. That's all up there. My most recent video was from Monday, New Comic Book Day top picks. And I made this awesome thumbnail and nobody watched the video. So go to the video and tell me how bad the thumbnail is in the comments over there. And other than that, I have a video coming out tomorrow, my indie spotlights for the week.
Boom. Boom. I enjoyed your Cosmos. I was listening to it. Yeah. It's got the you can hear a fire in the background, like you're sitting around a fire listening to someone do a podcast. I thought that was cool.
Thank you.
Panda, what you got going on?
So I've got a lot of work to do. I got a whole bunch of mail call over here.
Oh, geez.
And I also have one from Eric from Comic Book _Pressing, because I have some things that I'm going to be sending off to CGC. So I'm going to be doing a CGC submission video here pretty soon.
Me too.
And then I just got this in the mail today. This is an AOK from Dustin and Nick from Two Brothers. So
Nice.
I'm excited to see what this is all about. But yeah, man, I've got a lot of things going on. Like I said, my daughter's got volleyball. So we've been really busy with that, and the kids doing their school. And so it's just been crazy. And I actually did a video with my son doing a box battle, a mystery box battle with him with that Spider-Man booth. So that was kind of cool. So I still need to edit that and then put it out.
I was gonna say, I was like, I haven't watched that. Should I feel bad?
No,
I haven't seen it.
I haven't put it out yet.
Haven't put it out yet. Austin, you doing anything on? Aren't you starting YouTube soon or no?
No, I don't have I don't have the patience. I mean, you guys put in some serious work to keep these channels going. I just don't have the patience for it. I put all my my spare time into my collection and trying to keep it organized and whatnot. And then, of course, keeping up with all of your channels, enjoying the chat and being in there and just collaborating with everybody. But, periodic post every once in a while on Instagram and try to keep tight with the group there as well.
Sorry, I was commenting, Kevin. Kevin, my parents are coming over tomorrow to fix my bathroom, so I don't think we'll be able to do it tomorrow, Kevin. But we need to do a show soon. We need to do a show soon, for sure. I almost feel like we should just do it like live, and then just pull up the channels, like send pictures and just pull it up live. So. That's what
one more thing. Get over here. There's I saw somebody on a YouTube video. He announced a challenge, like a 31-day challenge for all of October, basically just asking storytellers to tell stories one per day with this prompt. So I'm engaging in that. I posted my first single page prose style story this morning on Instagram. So check that out and check back every day, because I'm gonna have to do 31 of those since I started now. So
nice. Nice. I'm going to have an unboxing video coming out tomorrow, and then a 1,500 subscriber giveaway video coming out on Saturday. And I'll probably do a live stream on Sunday, just hanging out, answering questions. Hopefully we get Winter on. She's hasn't really wanted to. And then I'll be doing a CGC submission probably in the next week or so as well. So that's what's going on with me. So thanks everyone for hanging out. Ryan, Adrian, Austin, appreciate you guys. You'll have to send me your email next time, Austin, so I can get you going. So if you ever want to jump in, if Dustin's not here or this overall, I can just send you the link real quick because I don't believe that I have it. So I appreciate.
No, I'll hit you up.
Okay, cool. And I appreciate. I think Panda must have sent it to you. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I think Nick or Dustin sent it to me.
Oh.
Oh, I sent it to you in IG as well too. So.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. All right. Thanks everyone for hanging out. We had a great time tonight. Thank you everyone in the chat for hanging out. And as always, go Cats, Cowabunga, and it's Morphin time.